I'm Dr. Cali Estes. I am known as the female Dr. Drew and the battery recharger, and I own Sober on Demand and the Addictions Academy, and I have built several companies based on the law of attraction and neuroscience. Some of my executives wear burnout like a badge. They hide behind success, and they're running on caffeine and cortisol. I know, I was one of them. Think about it. When you go to work, you want to have the best productivity day, and you want your staff to have the best productivity day. And they're there 8 to 10 hours a day. Then they go home and they deal with kids and a spouse and a leaky faucet, and the car doesn't work, and they need new tires. They're dealing with all these things. Add in maybe a family member has a mental health issue or a drug addiction, and what happens? They come to work and they bring the stress of home to work. What happens then? What happens in your office? You have somebody distracted. You have somebody physically that doesn't feel good. They're running on cortisol and caffeine. Starbucks is a staple at your office. Sugar is a staple at your office. And we know this because people say around 2 o'clock every day, feeling a little tired, I need a pick-me-up. So they get a reward, a Snickers bar, another latte, a honey bun. They get something to make them feel better. Well, that feel better is a dopamine hit. That dopamine hit gives them a quick rush to get through the rest of the day. They're constantly running on empty. What happens is they burn out. They start using drugs, they start using alcohol, they start looking at porn, they're hiring strippers, and boom, they're in the media. And your company suffers from that because those things are happening. So what do you do for that? Maybe you send them to the therapist. You can't fix a chemical problem with talk therapy. It's why 97% of addiction treatment centers fail. It's talk therapy. We're not addressing the chemical, neurobiological responses in your body and in your brain. Enter biohacking. Biohacking your mental health is the way to go. And I'm not just talking about the cold plunge, the red light therapy, the things that everybody talks about. That's great, but you need more than that. You need to fix your brain. You need to fix your dopamine and your cortisol. That doesn't start in your brain, by the way, it starts in the gut. That's where everybody does it backwards. You have to start in the gut. You have to fix what you eat. I have a book called The 7 Keys. That book, first chapter is eat your broccoli, because you have to start with what you eat. You cannot eat poorly and perform the way you want to perform. That's why a lot of executives, especially Wall Street guys, are using cocaine. It gets them through the day. Then they offset with a beer, a glass of wine, or a Xanax to come down from the up. And then their body burns out. And then you get physically sick. And then you get mentally sick. And then you see people go to the doctor and the doctor says, there's nothing wrong with you, you have fibromyalgia. But you don't. You have a weakened immune system, and you have a low dopamine response, a high cortisol response, your serotonin is off, your entire neurochemistry is backwards. When I work with a client that comes to me for addiction or mental health or to be the best version of themselves, and I do my 5-day executive reset, the very first thing I do is test them chemically. Very first thing. We test their gut, we test their brain, we want to know what's going on inside your body. From there, we can add in the talk therapy and the behavioral therapy and the spiritual side and all the extra things that we do. But biohacking is the wave of the future. It's learning how to use your body to become the best version of itself.